Good noon, everyone. Chapter number 2, solution, in which we are going to see about the video number 2. In the morning, in video number 1, we have done the introductory portion of this chapter. What is solute? What is solvent? What is solution? And there were few MCQ. Now, in this video number 2, we are going to see further after the introduction. So let's get started. So first of all, the question is the characteristics of the solution. What are the different characteristics of a solution? So in that case, point number 1, it is a homogeneous mixture. Solution should be the homogeneous mixture. Then, formation of solution is a physical change but not a chemical change. When solution is taking place, when the solution formation is taking place, at the time any chemical changes will not be taking place. Only the state of matter can be changed. After that, point number 3, solute cannot be separated from solution by filtration. By filtration method, we cannot separate out the solute as well as the solvent. दोनों को easily separate out नहीं कर सकते. Then solute can be separated from solution by distillation, absorption or crystallization method. Means suppose if you wanted to separate out the solute from the solution, at that time you can use the method that is distillation, absorption or crystallization, not the filtration. By filtration you cannot separate out the solute. If the solute is non-volatile and solvent is volatile, then they are separated by evaporation or distillation. What they are saying, if the solute is non-volatile, means it cannot be able to convert into the water vapor or into the vapor. So solute should be non-volatile. And solvent is volatile. Solvent can convert into the vapor and solute will not be volatile. So in that case, they can be separated out by using the technique that is evaporation or distillation. Then the properties of solution like density, vapor pressure, boiling point depend on relative amount of solute and the solvent. There are few properties of the solution, जैसे कि density, vapor pressure, pressure exerted by a vapor which is called as a vapor pressure, boiling point, temperature at which liquid turns into the water vapor into the vapor form. That is considered to be the boiling point. These all, density, vapor pressure and boiling point, depend on the relative amount of solute as well as solvent. वो दोनों का जो अमाउंट रहता है solute और solvent, ठीक है, उसके ऊपर डिपेंडेंट रहने वाला. Okay. Then variables like pressure, temperature and composition may affect the properties of the solution. There are few variables जैसे कि pressure हो, temperature हो, ठीक है, उसमें कोई changes आए तो वो solution का जो composition है उसमें affect कर सकता है, उसमें कुछ variation ला सकता है. Okay. Then the effect of pressure on solid solutions is negligible. Suppose if you are having the any solid solution, any alloy is there, and you wanted to apply high pressure on it, okay, but the effect of pressure on a solid solution is very negligible. Okay. So these were the few characteristics of the solid solution, characteristics of the solution. Okay. Now, types of solutions. Okay, that is based on the nature of solvent. आपका solvent कैसा है, ठीक है, उसके ऊपर से हमें types decide किए गए. जैसे कि फर्स्ट नंबर एक्वियस सॉल्यूशन. व्हेन सॉल्वेंट इज वाटर, जब आप सॉल्वेंट में पानी का इस्तेमाल करते हो, देन द सॉल्यूशन विल बी एक्वियस. सेकेंड वन, नॉन एक्वियस सॉल्यूशन. व्हेन सॉल्वेंट इज अदर देन वाटर, पानी के बिना अगर आप कोई दूसरा सॉल्वेंट इस्तेमाल करते हो, ओके, देन इट इज कंसिडर्ड टू बी द नॉन एक्वियस सॉल्यूशन. ओके, so once again, when water is used as a solvent, it would be the aqueous solution. But when water is not used other than water, if any other solvent is used, then it is non-aqueous solution. Now, third point, if alcohol is used as a solvent, then such solutions are known as an alcoholic solution. When as a solvent we are using the alcohol. If ether is used, ether, okay, then they are ethereal solution. अगर solvent में आप ether का इस्तेमाल करते हो, then such solutions are considered to be the ethereal solutions. If liquid ammonia is used as a solvent, then they are called as an ammoniacal solution. Okay. After that, in amalgams, mercury is one of the component. Whenever you are using the amalgam, at that time you can call it as a mercury as a solvent. The commonly used solvent in non-aqueous solutions are CCl4, that is carbon tetrachloride, CS2, that is carbon disulfide, CHCl3, that is chloroform, C6H6, that is benzene, SO2 in liquid, then SO2, that is sulfur dioxide in liquid form, NH3, then acetic acid. These are the few non-aqueous solution and their examples. So once again, if in a solvent, if we have taken the water, then it is aqueous. Other than water, if you are utilizing any other solvent, then it is considered to be the non-aqueous solution. Okay. Now, classification of solutions based on physical states of matter. Okay. Now see this classification of solution in our NCERT book. Okay. They have given in form of table. The completely in form of table they have given. ओके, सो ये टेबल जो आपकी बुक में दिया है, टेबल के ऊपर लिख डालना है आपको फॉर एमसीक्यू. ओके, सो मेनी एमसीक्यूज कैन बी प्रिपेयर्ड फ्रॉम दिस टेबल. ये टेबल में से बहुत ज्यादा एमसीक्यू बना सकते हैं. सो क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ सॉल्यूशन बेस्ड ऑन द फिजिकल स्टेट्स ऑफ मैटर. ओके, whether it is available in solid form, whether it is available in liquid form, or whether it is available in gaseous form. उसके ऊपर से पूरा जो है वो क्लासिफिकेशन यहाँ पे किया गया है. सो सबसे पहले हम देखेंगे सॉलिड सॉल्यूशन. ओके, व्हेन वर्ड इज कमिंग सॉल्यूशन, एट द टाइम इन अवर माइंड जनरली वी थिंक दैट सॉल्यूशन विल बी ऑलवेज लिक्विड, बट इट इज नॉट सो. हियर वी हैव सॉलिड सॉल्यूशन आल्सो. लेट अस टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ इट. सो द फर्स्ट वन इन सॉलिड सॉल्यूशन, दैट इज सॉलिड इन सॉलिड. Means when you are adding any solid solute in solid solvent, then such a solution is called as a solid in solid solution. An example of it, alloys except amalgam like brass. Otherwise, any alloys you can take the example. Okay. Then liquid in solid. So when you are adding liquid solute in your solid solvent, Okay, liquid solute you are adding in solid solvent. Their example is amalgam. Any kind of amalgam you can take it. Then gas in solid. So when you are adding the gaseous substance as a solute in solid solvent. Their example we have taken occlusion of H2 over Pd. Palladium is a metal, okay, and hydrogen is a gas. So palladium Pd act as a solvent, whereas hydrogen gas it can act as a solute. Okay. So these are the three different solid solution with their examples which we have to remember for MCQ. Then the second category of based on the physical states of matter, the second category of solution is liquid solution. Okay, so when you are adding solid in liquid, solid act as a solute and solvent will be in a liquid phase. Their example we have taken that is sucrose in water. Okay, then liquid in liquid, this is very easy. Alcohol plus water, that is an example of liquid in liquid where solute as well as solvent both are available in the liquid state. Then gas in liquid, soda water, okay, that is an example of gas in liquid. Okay, so once again, soda water is an example of the gaseous substance in a liquid form. Okay, after that, dough in water. Okay, that is also an example of gas in liquid. Okay, now we have the next category, that is gaseous solution. Okay, so in case of the gaseous solution, your solvent will be in the gaseous form. Okay, so the first one in gaseous solution, C, DO, in case of the that is dissolved oxygen, it is written in the short form. Okay, in the previous case, might be you will be worried that what is this DO? Dissolved oxygen in the water, by which the fish can get the required amount of oxygen. Okay, so that is also an example, dissolved oxygen in water. That is also example of gas in liquid. Okay, so solid in gas, example is camphor in air. Okay, then liquid in gas, that is example moisture in air. Then gas in gas, mixture of any two gases. You can take the example of an air. Air is a mixture of so many gases. Okay, so there is gas in gas. Okay, or atmospheric air. Atmospheric air is an example of gas in gas. Okay, so gases on intermixing produce a true solution. See here, the type of solution will be decided by which, either solute or solvent. सॉल्यूट या सॉल्वेंट दोनों में से कौन सॉल्यूशन का टाइप डिसाइड करता है. So here I would like to say one thing, that the solvent phase will determine the solution. Okay, well, if suppose if you have taken the solid solvent, then your type of solution will be solid solution. But suppose if your solvent is in liquid form, then your type of solution will be liquid. And if your solvent is in gaseous form, then your type of solvent solution will be gaseous. As here you can see the different examples of it. So this table is very much important, okay, to remember it, because so many MCQs from their examples can be asked. Okay. Now, the methods of expressing the concentrations. Okay. What is it? What, first of all, the concentration is what? Okay, for the same, we are aware about the concentrated solution. even a dilute solution. So where more amount of solute is present, that is known as a concentrated form. Okay, and where more amount of solvent is present, that is considered to be the dilute solution. Okay, so let us go through these methods of expressing the concentration. There are various methods. Okay, the quantity of solute present in definite quantity of the solution relative to the solvent is known as a concentration of solution or strength of solution. More solute is present, the solution will be concentrated. More solvent is present, then solution will be considered to be the dilute. So now standard solution means what? The solution whose concentration is known, okay, जिसका concentration हम जानते हो, ऐसे solution को हम standard solution बोलते हैं. Okay, whereas dilute solution मतलब क्या होगा? The solution containing relatively smaller quantity of solute. Okay, quantity of solute will be lesser, okay, as compared to the solvent. तो ऐसे सॉल्यूशन को हम डाइल्यूट सॉल्यूशन बोलते हैं. या फिर आप बोलो कि सॉल्वेंट का अमाउंट ज्यादा. ओके, आफ्टर दैट वी हैव द थर्ड डेफिनेशन, दैट इज कंसंट्रेटेड सॉल्यूशन. द सॉल्यूशन व्हिच कंटेन रिलेटिवली लार्ज सॉल्यूट, सॉल्यूट का अमाउंट ज्यादा हो इन अ डेफिनाइट क्वांटिटी ऑफ सॉल्यूशन, तो उसको हम कंसंट्रेटेड सॉल्यूशन बोलेंगे. ओके, सो दिस वर द फ्यू डिफरेंट डेफिनेशंस: standard solution, dilute solution, and concentrated solution. Okay, now concentrated solution, in that we are going in a detail. The solution which contain relatively large solute, उसको हम concentrated solution बोलते हैं. Weight of solution is equal to volume of the solution multiplied by density of the solution. Okay, so this is the formula by which weight of the solution can be determined, or else volume can be determined, or else density can be determined. Okay, now the weight of 1 milliliter of a solution in gram is known as density of the solution. Weight of 1 ml, 1 milliliter of a solution in gram, that is considered to be the density of a solution. Okay, then the density of a solution depends on the temperature. As the temperature varies, the density is also going to be vary. Okay, the units of density are gram per ml or gram per liter. Okay, then the ratio between density of solution and density of water, किसका रेशियो लेना है? डेंसिटी ऑफ सॉल्यूशन एंड डेंसिटी ऑफ वाटर, बोथ मेजर्ड एट द सेम टेम्परेचर, वही टेम्परेचर पे मेजर किए हुए चाहिए. ओके, इज नोन एज रिलेटिव डेंसिटी और स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी ऑफ सॉल्यूशन. वंस अगेन, द रेशियो ऑफ डेंसिटी ऑफ सॉल्यूशन एंड डेंसिटी ऑफ वाटर, उनका रेशियो ले लेते हैं तो उसको हम रिलेटिव डेंसिटी या फिर स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी ऑफ सॉल्यूशन बोलते हैं. Okay, now let us take the few methods of expressing the concentrations. One by one we'll be going through it. Okay, specific gravity का formula देख लेते हैं. Density of solution upon density of water, that is considered to be the specific gravity. And specific gravity has no units, because in a numerator also density is there and denominator also density is there. So density के unit जो है वो एक दूसरे के साथ cancel out हो जाएंगे. Okay, so specific gravity will not possess the any unit. Okay, now as I said you, few physical methods we are going to see. The first one, that is weight fraction. Okay, might be in 11th standard in chapter number 1, some basic concepts of chemistry. All these different methods of expressing the concentrations आप लोग पढ़ गए हो. Okay, so the first one, that is weight fraction. It is the amount of solute in gram present in 100 gram of solution. आपके पास solution का 100 ग्राम है, उसके अंदर कितना solute dissolved form में है. Okay, कितना solute है उसमें, dissolved form हो ना हो वो कोई दिक्कत नहीं. Amount of solute in gram प्रेजेंट इन 100 ग्राम ऑफ सॉल्यूशन, जिसको हम वेट फ्रैक्शन बोलते हैं। सो फॉर्मूला बनाएंगे, वेट फ्रैक्शन इज इक्वल टू W upon W plus capital W, where small w is the weight of solute and capital W, that is weight of solvent. So weight of solute upon weight of solute plus weight of solvent. Now, if you wanted to find out the percentage, weight percentage, then same formula you need to multiply with the 100. So small w upon small w plus capital W multiplied by 100. It would be the weight percentage. Small w is the weight of solute, as I have said you, and capital W is the weight of the solvent. Okay. So this is what the weight fraction. Okay. Now, instead of taking weight, suppose if you are taking the volume fraction, then volume of fraction is equal to small v upon small v plus capital V. Here you can easily understand that small v is a volume of solute and capital V is a volume of solvent. So in the numerator, weight of volume of solute. In the denominator, we need to take the volume of solution, so that we have added small v plus capital V. The ratio we have to consider. So that will become the volume fraction. Okay. Volume percentage is equal to same formula, small v upon capital V plus small v multiplied by 100. So it would be the volume fraction. Okay. So weight fraction, after that we have done the volume fraction. Okay. Now, the next category, that is mass upon volume percentage, that is W upon volume, weight upon volume in percentage. So whatever mass of solute you have taken, which is dissolved in 100 ml of solution, आपके पास 100 ml of solution है, उसके अंदर आप कितना mass solute का ऐड कर रहे हो, okay, that will represent W by V, that is weight upon volume. Okay, so mass upon volume in percentage is equal to W upon V multiplied by 100. Okay, so where W is the mass of solute and V is volume of solution multiplied by 100. Okay, solvent, volume of solvent in a denominator. So once again, it is the mass of solute dissolved in 100 ml of solution. Okay. After mass upon volume in percentage, the next category of physical method is strength. If you wanted to measure the strength, then weight of solute in gram dissolved in per liter of solution. So gram per liter is considered to be the strength of any liquid. Okay. Then strength will be measured by the formula, that strength is equal to equivalent weight multiplied by normality. Equivalent weight multiplied by normality. By this, you can measure the strength of any substance or any solution. Okay. So mass percentage, mass fraction or weight fraction, then volume fraction, then mass volume fraction, then strength. Okay. After that, we have the next category, that is ppm, parts per million. Okay, ppm, that is parts per million. So what is it? It is the mass of the solute present in million parts by mass. Now million part of solute is 10 raised to power 6. Okay, so how to measure this? What is the formula of it? So the ppm, that is parts per million, is equal to mass of solute upon mass of solution multiplied by 10 raised to power 6. Mass of solute upon mass of solution multiplied by 10 raised to power 6. So that is considered to be the ppm. Okay, so we'll be keeping it these methods of expressing the concentration till ppm. Okay, now ppm की जगह पे suppose ppb आपको दे दे, ppb that is called as in parts per billion, parts per billion. So in that case, what change will be taking place in the formula of ppm? So ppb is equal to mass of solute upon mass of solution multiplied by, instead of writing 10 raised to power 6 की जगह पे हमें लिखना है 10 raised to power 9. So that will be the formula for ppb, that is parts per billion. Okay, so these were the few physical methods for expressing the concentration. Okay, other methods will be continuing in the next video, that is video number 3. In this, if you have any doubts, you can ask me in comment section. Okay, कुछ भी doubt हो तो आप comment कर सकते हो.